ever sat down and thought, hey, are there any physical traits of autism? In this video, I'm actually describing 5 physical signs of autism that are just going to wow you completely, because you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't know that was a physical sign. So yeah, buckle up. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Dan and I have autism and ADHD, and I make weekly videos like this. So if you're new around here and you want to learn more, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, click subscribe to see more videos from me. And if you're watching on other platforms, just click the follow button and you will see those videos too. Okay, so physical signs of autism. In autism and the diagnostic process and the diagnostic criteria, a lot of it is done through asking you interview type of questions and theorizing and seeing how you live your daily life, right? This is typical of autism assessments. And if you go to my website, TheAspieWorld.com/autism test, you'll be able to take that test and kind of see, what are things in life. And these are all kind of like theoretical things, how you see the world, what's your vision of the world. One thing we never really discuss is the physical attributes to people on the autism spectrum that are blatantly obvious. And we display these as autistic individuals. And those are physical. Those are non-things that you could pick up if someone's just talking to you, socializing. These are physical things. So I'm going to go through 5 right now. Okay, guys, before we get into it, if you are interested, I have a free Autism and Life Hacks PDF book you can download right now from autismtips.net, free of charge. Go there now. You won't be disappointed. 5 physical signs of autism. So the first one I'm going to talk about here is probably one that you may have seen or heard about a lot. I'm just getting my notes up here. Is eye contact. Now, autism eye contact or avoidance of eye contact is very interesting. Now, you might be like, okay, Dan, that's just a typical symptomatic trait of autism, right? People don't look people in the eyes. But it's not just not looking you in the eyes, it's actually avoiding eye contact. So an autistic person would be seen talking to somebody and they'll look at the ground when they're talking, or they'll look past you, or they'll kind of look at your forehead and not really look you in the eyes. You know what I mean? Like, so if I was to look you in the eyes, I'd be looking at you like this. But if I was to look at you in the forehead, I'd be like this, or like past you, I'd be like this. And this is very symptomatic, or a trait of autism. The word symptoms doesn't really sum it up, but the word trait really takes it. Now, this is very prevalent. Now, if you're around people and somebody who's like looking at the ground or not being able to make eye contact, which is basically avoiding eye contact, this is a physical trait of autism. 100% physical trait of autism, very, very common in autistic individuals, and pretty much every autistic individual I know suffers with this inability to make eye contact comfortably. Okay, so number 2 is fascinating. It's tiptoe walking. Now, tiptoe walking, or walking on your tippy toes, as some people say, but the tip of your toes, which is lifting your heel off the ground and walking on your tiptoes, this is so common in autism. Now, more often than not, you'll see autistic people doing this when they're not wearing shoes or not wearing socks. If they're barefoot or in socks, they may do this tiptoe thing. And autistic individuals, it is more prevalent in females, but I do see autistic males doing this so much. Like my partner, bless her soul, she also tiptoe walks. And she said it's because, and she's in her 30s, right? But she says that it's because the sensation and the feeling of the floor is uncomfortable for her. Now, what I didn't realize is I also tiptoe walk sometimes, but only if I have no socks on. But if I'm wearing socks, I'll just, and I have flat feet, so I just walk around like a, penguin or a seagull. But if I have no socks on, I'm like tiptoe walking. I'm like a ballerina. You can see me like just dancing across the floor. It's crazy. But it's really interesting because a lot of people don't see this. And if you have other traits of autism that are kind of stacking up and you're thinking, maybe this person's on the spectrum, or maybe I'm on the spectrum, or maybe tiptoe walking is one of these like dead giveaways that the person may actually be autistic, because tiptoe walking is very common for autistic individuals. I find this fascinating, and it's something that comes up often and time again. Now, if you just realized, hey man, I tiptoe walk and I'm autistic, give this video a thumbs up. You're not alone. I see you. I'm calling you out right now. Comment down below and be like, Dan, if you haven't already subscribed, that must be a trigger to be like, Dan, you got me. I'm going to subscribe. Because I know 70% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. So make sure you subscribe, guys. The next one on my list, I will tell you after a word from today's sponsor.
Now, today's sponsor is Trustworthy, and it's more than just an app. Trustworthy is a all online dashboard that helps organize your family. It's kind of like #1 tool, the all-in-one organizer for your family, right? And so it is an app that you can use on your phone, on your tablet, or on your computer. And it's amazing. I find this to be an ADHD godsend, right? So me and my girlfriend are forever forgetting, the trash goes out on this day. It's somebody's birthday, or the kid's insurance for their healthcare runs out on this day. We need to renew this, or my driver's license renews this day. Or if you're going somewhere and you forget your ID, you're like, oh goodness, I don't have a digital copy. Well, Trustworthy does all of that for you, all in one. Now, if I show you a screenshot here, basically you can keep all your family IDs on here, you can keep track of all your finances, you can even store your passwords for different things in here. You can also then put in all of your insurance stuff. You've got life insurance, medical insurance, any auto insurance, stuff like that. You can hide legal documents in here so you never lose them, and it's all in one central place, which is completely secure and encrypted. It's absolutely amazing, and I find it absolutely fascinating. Now, if you want to check out Trustworthy, please go to the link in the description down below and check it out. This is an ADHD godsend. It's kind of like organizing everything for you. And it's also got the nickname the family operating system, and it absolutely is just that. So please check out Trustworthy down below. I think it's a godsend, and I know that you're going to get a lot from it. Thank you for sponsoring this video.
Okay, so the third one is autism and looking younger. This is crazy. Like, this is super crazy. Autistic individuals look way younger than they actually are. I was talking to somebody the other day. I went to see an ADHD comedian in Liverpool, and these two Gen Z kids were sitting next to me. I was just talking to them, making sure they were okay. And they said, I think they were in their 20s. They were like, oh, how old are you? And I said, well, how do I look? They said, you look about 25. I was like, dudes, I'm 39. This is really interesting. And so many people I know have this same issue. Like a friend of mine, Chloe Hayden, she's quite a famous autistic actress now. You know, years ago, we were hanging out and she was saying that a lot of people think she's like a teenager when she was like in her mid-20s. So interesting. And I hear this a lot from autistic individuals. If you're one of these people who look way younger than they actually are, pop me a comment down below. Let's open this discussion, man. I read and respond to every comment. I love it. The next one is stimming, but rocking backwards and forwards. Now, autistic people will stim, which is the word stim, S-T-I-M, is short for self-stimulatory behavior. Now, what this means is that you'll do something repetitively to make sure that you are feeling comfortable or regulated, meaning you're feeling grounded and normalized or feeling a little bit more like relaxed in a situation that could be detrimental to you. A lot of autistic individuals will just rock backwards and forwards. Now, this could be rocking backwards and forwards on a chair like this, or you're stood up and you're rocking from side to side, right? This is kind of, again, this movement is a stim movement, and that movement is a way for the autistic individual to regulate themselves and feel a little bit grounded and more calm, right? This is so interesting. Happens all the time. I'm yet to meet autistic individuals who don't experience rocking in some form or stimming through rocking like this. And this is why, because it's part of these physical traits of autism. And I think it's super interesting. Okay, so the fifth and final one I have for you now is autism and unusual posture or awkward posture. Now, autistic individuals sometimes find it really difficult to hold themselves in reality. Like, because social conformity means that, you know, people pick up ways of like leaning or being cool or like smoking or doing something, you know, socially acceptable in a social environment. But autistic individuals may feel out of place. And then they'll be like, well, how do I stand? I actually have the same experience when I'm trying to watch television. I'm like, do I cross my arms? Do I lay down? Do I sit like this? Like, how do I sit? How do I sit to watch TV? Like, what's the conditions in which one sits down to watch television? I don't know those. If you do know those, pop it in a comment down below. Or if you know exactly what I'm talking about and you're experiencing this, then hit the subscribe button and let me know. Because, like, I don't know. Like, is this something that you deal with? But yes, autistic individuals have really unusual posture or awkward posture. They may look kind of out of place, or they may look like they're feeling very awkward in a social situation and not know how to stand. Very interesting. And actually one of the most interesting things, because autistic individuals are thinking about how they're standing up, not just standing. They don't know how to do it. And it's really interesting. I actually teach a lot about this in one of my courses, which I will link to down below. This is called the Chaos to Confidence in 90 Days. I'll link it down below if you're really interested. It's specifically designed for autistic individuals to get themselves from being like really, you know, inferior in feeling themselves in reality to being super confident and absolutely acing their goals. Link down below, or you can just go to theaspieworld.com/C, the number 2, and then C. All right, guys, that was it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.